Hey, welcome everybody to another edition of What the Ruck. I'm Billy Conran. I'm here in Bonita Springs, about 5 miles from my house. This is my 5th video that I'm putting up on the YouTube channel that I just created a couple of weeks ago. I have about 39 subscribers, hoping to get to 100 to get my brand URL address. And what that means is my current email address is very long. It's like 30-40 letters and numbers, and it's hard to remember, and you just don't want that. So once I get to 100 subscribers plus, it'll be shortened. It'll be sort of like an email address. I get to pick whatever it is, and you can either put it on a business card or I can just remember it to give it. But yeah, please subscribe if you're watching now, if you haven't subscribed, and it'll be a lot of fun. But again, this is called What the Ruck, and it's rucking, outdoor, not just rucking. I'm going to be doing a little more than that, but it's rucking, hiking, outdoor activity here in Southwest Florida. Hoping to venture out eventually, not be Southwest Florida, but right now this is where I live. So this place is called Cullem's Bonita Trail Park, and it is about 5 miles from my house, as I mentioned. And I'm going to be doing a very easy ruck here today, but I have a special presentation to show you. I've been telling people on Facebook that this was coming up. I have a surprise, and it's kind of unique, so I'll show you that in a minute. But I have my rucksack here, and I'll show that to you in a minute. It's got I stepped it up. I usually do about 55. Today I'm going to do about, because I'm not going to do as many miles, and it's not real super hot. It's about 90 right now, and it's Father's Day weekend. Happy Father's Day to everybody. And this pack is about 70 pounds, close to 70 pounds. So I won't do any more than that because of my my age, my everything. I'm in really good shape for a person my age, but pushing it beyond 70 pounds is pushing it. I don't want to do that. But I usually do about 55 on my my rucksack. So this is it right here. I will be putting this on in a few minutes after I do my my presentation. So I'm wearing, you will end up seeing I'm wearing 5-pound weights, which I usually use on my ankles. It's after a few steps, it's like you're not even wearing them. But again, adds to the calories, and it just adds to a better ruck, better walk, better hike. So what I'm going to do today for my presentation is I'm going to show you, actually you probably already know how to do this, but I'm going to present to you something very unique that people don't do, and when you talk about it or you show them, it always gets a smile, a chuckle, a laugh, and a WTF, what are you doing? And what that is walking backwards. I've been walking backwards for many years. I try to do 200. I don't go talking about it, but you know, people will see me doing it and they'll laugh, and you get the occasional person that goes, "Hey, you're going the wrong way." So, and you just go, "Yeah, okay, I know." So walking backwards is very beneficial. Many things. One of them is it's good for knee rehabilitation if you've had any knee injuries. It's good for inner leg muscles that you don't use when you're walking forward. Your heart rate goes up. That's a proven fact. Your heart rate does go up, and it's good for your gait, walking gait. It's good for flexibility, and it's just overall good for balance. And that's another thing I'm going to talk about in a future channel is I'd like to do a TED Talk. That's just like on my bucket list about falling, just basic falling. I've been in the healthcare industry my entire life, and I can tell you personally and professionally that a lot of people, their downfall, pardon the pun, is when they fall. They don't come back. They die. They come back, but they're not the same person. So, and that's usually, I think it's 1 in 4 people after the age of 60 has a fall, at least one fall a year. And how that, in most times, it requires an ER hospitalization. It's really, it's something that people know about, but they don't talk about as much as they should. But falling is huge the older you get. I'm 55, I'll be 56 in October. I'm doing everything I can to just keep going, being the best person I can be, and that's why I'm doing these videos. Yeah, people are like, oh, you're doing it for yourself. Well, yeah, it's fun, but I'm also doing this for an audience to educate and just to show people that after the age of 40, after the age of 50, I'll be 60 in 4 years. Life's not over, man. It just isn't. It's what you put into it. So, anyways, having said that, there's nobody around. Somebody just left a few minutes ago, the one person that was here, and I would have done this anyway, but it's kind of nice when, you know, that cicada. I don't know if you know what that is. That's a very large bug up in the tree somewhere, and they have them all over. They have them up north. When it gets real hot, you know, you hear that buzz. But it's one of those cool sounds of summertime, you know, or hot weather. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to show you as far as walking backwards go. Like I said, I usually do between 200, 300 steps a day walking backwards. I'll do it walking out to my car at the shopping center, work, wherever it is. I'll get it in. And as most people know, 2,000 steps is equals a mile. So if I do 250, 500, well, that's almost a quarter of a mile walking backwards, which is amazing. So, but the first thing I need to do is caution everyone, when you walk backwards, make sure you do it on flat ground or fairly flat ground, and you don't want to be cocking your head back constantly, because you're eventually going to get a crick in your neck or something. So you want to see your surface going forward and take off, you know, and just naturally. You don't want to run. I never run walking back. I could do it or jog. It's too risky. So I just walk backwards, normal. And like I said, it gets a look sometimes, like, you know, what are you doing? But once I tell people the benefits, they're like, oh, well, I got to try that. It's like, yeah, you rarely see people walking backwards, but it's pretty cool. I'm gonna demonstrate in a second. So I'm just gonna do it without my rucksack. But this is just basically, see, I look behind me. I'm doing this casual, walking backwards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the selfie stick. I'm going to walk a little bit. And as you can see, this has an extension on it. I just bought this, so I'm going to walk backwards without my rucksack. As you can see, this is Cullem's Bonita Trail. Don't ask me who Cullem is, but he or she had was cool enough or had enough money, I guess, to have a trail in his or her name. So anyway, I've probably gone about 40, 50 steps by the time I get back, and this may look a little boring to you, but see how I'm just kind of just casual. Like I said, it's a Saturday. It's 90 degrees. I'm looking out there's a lot of butterflies. It's going to be really cool back there. So I just keep looking back a little bit, just taking it easy. You'll feel this too. So I wasn't counting, but I'd say this is maybe 100 steps. How easy. All I did was I went around this little parking circle here, see? That's all I did. And there's my Kia Soul that I just got a couple months ago, which I absolutely love. You know, again, something people may make fun of me and will say, oh, you drive a toaster oven or whatever you want to call it. Man, you can't beat this this car as far as mileage, and I think it's cool looking, but that's another story for another time. So what we're gonna do is, but as I mentioned, I have this Bluetooth on here, which is cool. I recommend that to everybody. $13 for this selfie stick, tripod. Gotta have it. It's really cool, and it has an extension to it, and this is the Bluetooth for it, which is cool. All right, we're gonna begin. We're gonna do this trail, and like I said, I've been here many times before. 5 miles from my house. You can't beat it. And right over there is a tortoise preserve. I'll probably just go over there right now, and we'll walk over there and check things out. So again, I usually do 55 pounds. This is about 70. I recommend going light at first, rucking. Go as light as you can, don't do a lot. If you have a bad back, don't do it. But as I've said in my other videos, when you ruck, if you ruck correctly, weight, the way you walk, everything, when you're finished, you shouldn't feel a thing, not a thing in your back if you've been doing it right, or your shoulders. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna feel a little like you've had something there, but you should feel it here in your core, okay? And you should feel it here in your legs, your quads, your hammies, your glutes. The most simple thing, rucking, but it's so beneficial. I want to get going now because again, it's 90 degrees. It's the middle of June here in Southwest Florida, so yeah, let's do this. Maybe it's more than 70 pounds. No, it's about 70. I'm kind of crazy with these things. I've said this in my other videos, but I bought this off of Amazon for about, I don't know, 30, 40 bucks. And, you know, I filled it with my weights. There's a giant football book in there to just sort of, it's big, thick square, it's at the bottom. And then I've got my weights set up, and it's nice enough where, as you can see, pretty cool. Let's begin. I'm going to shut the car door here. Excuse me for a minute. Probably don't have to lock my door because everybody around here is cool, but you should always lock your doors. All right. Let's begin. So I'm not going to do the whole ruck on video, that is. It would get boring, you know. I'm going to walk down here. Hopefully we see some tortoises. You see a lot of those here in Southwest Florida. God, I'm loving the selfie stick, man. This is just awesome. I was using just my hand and holding it before. But yeah, like I mentioned, it's Father's Day weekend. Wow, no cars over here. This is really nice too, because I'm not sure of the time. It's like 10. Usually there's a lot of cars here, but so I'll do a couple miles today. Always make sure you drink a lot of water before you begin. A lot of people don't do that prior to workouts. They'll go to the gym, do a ruck, do a hike, and they don't drink a lot of water beforehand. What I do is, before I get up as soon as I get up in the morning, always have at least 2 to 3 cups of water. Boom, always. A lot of people don't do that. They reach for their coffee, and I love coffee, and I have coffee, but no, you ought to, because you're dehydrated when you get up. You'll feel much better when you do what I just said. So here we go. Here's the tortoise crossing. Yeah, I don't think I've ever come here and not seen a tortoise, at least once. And some are small, some are medium, some are large. And you can, in the big ones, you can see from a distance. I think I just jinxed myself. They might not be in here at this time. You know, they come out, they sun themselves, they of course feed. That's all they ever do is munching on grass and all that. I don't see one. I can find the holes that they live in, they burrow. But this place is pretty cool. It has a butterfly garden coming up. And yeah, if you're in the area, it's off of East Terry. Very, very easy to find. Street's called Kent, as in Clark Kent. Kent Street, which runs off of East Terry Street. And it's a long street. You come down to the end, and this little gem, as I call it, is never crowded. It's there's always somebody here, like a park ranger or somebody. There's like there's always a, you can't come in here after dusk, but we're coming upon the butterfly garden. Oh yeah, tons of butterflies. I love butterflies. I'm manly enough to admit I love butterflies. I may get a bumper sticker and a t-shirt that say I love butterflies. Let them at me. So here we are. It's a simple little garden they set up. Most of these plants attract butterflies. I have a couple of these in my yard. Pretty neat. Yeah. That's a little shed, or I don't know what that is, but there's a beehive over there. I don't want to get too close, but there's a couple guys that probably work in here, and I don't want to bother them. But I've said this in my other videos. People who that work at these places, and the people that come to these places, 99.9% of them are cool. They'll talk to you, they'll wave, they'll say hello. People who love nature, you know, for the most part, they're peaceful. Like I said, they'll talk to you, they'll you know, you need a bottle of water, whatever it is. Hospitality is huge. So this was a bat house over here. And I don't know if they took it down or not, but yeah. You see that in back of me? Bat house? Yeah. I don't see any tortoises, which sucks. So we're gonna walk back to the car and go down the actual trail itself, because this really isn't a there's a trail behind me, but it's kind of small. You go in for like 3 minutes and then you have to turn around. But guess what I'm gonna do right now? I'm gonna walk backwards. So I've got a rucksack. I'm walking backwards. I'm probably burning double the calories that you would normally burn. I already checked out the landscape going forward. If I fall right now, you're not going to see it because I won't show this. So, yeah. So if somebody sees me from a distance, they're probably going, what the hell is he doing? Like I said, it always gets an odd look. What are you doing? It's like, I'm walking backwards, asshole. Can't you tell? It's good for you. So let me just look. Oh, good. No holes. Certainly no hills. Not in Florida. I'm just going to turn around because it's just, I want to make a little more headway to the car, and then eventually go down that trail. But you can see how beautiful this is, how serene. I mean, there's just nothing but beauty. These are, there's about several hundred palm trees species in Florida in general. So in here you see a lot of, it's called a bayonet. Aptly named, huh? Tons of those. Those are like weeds, they grow everywhere. You can grow those everywhere. Just keep looking around for a tortoise. Yeah, there aren't any. But yeah, they're pretty friendly. Oh, well, we tried. I've never seen one on the trail we're about to go on now. The reason is, this is all fenced off. I don't know if you've seen it. I mean, things could get out if they wanted to, but for the most part, they want to keep this all as is. So we'll do a couple of minutes on, let me show you the road. This is the road. That's the road I came in on. Somebody's house right there. Look at the yard and everything. Isn't that great? Out in the boonies. This is kind of half boony, but yeah, somebody's yard. So here we go. I think that might be somebody coming. Yeah, this is somebody coming. Yeah, no tortoises. So I broke my record. I can say now that I've come here with when I didn't see a tortoise. And if I see one now over there, I'm not going back over. There's a red squirrel over there. See a lot of those red squirrels. Well, that car did not come down. Yay! Yeah, Cullem's Bonita Trail. So there are these really cool butterflies down here that, as everybody knows, is several hundred species of butterflies. And one of them is a zebra. And there's one right now. They're so playful. They flit around. They're yellow and black. That's why they kind of have that zebra look. I'm going to try and see him right there. I'm going to move a little bit. Don't want to scare him, but look at that. Yeah, he's a cutie. For some reason, you see a lot of the zebras in here. And you know, the occasional monarch, but this place is flooded with butterflies. All right, we just hit the trail. We're on it. As far as I know, nobody here. It's cool, as you know. I like isolation to a degree, but when I hike and stuff, I don't mind coming across the occasional person, but I like it when it's like this, you know? I have a very loud voice, so now I need to keep it down. There's a riverbed. Yep. Wow. Last time I came was about a month ago, like I said, and there were a lot more wildflowers, and yeah, so you're in the summer now, so this is a place you definitely want to put on bug spray. You didn't see me put it on, but trust me, I put it on. And even when you put a lot on, you get the occasional, not so much mosquitoes down here. I mean, we have them, but we have these little gnatty type things, and they're called no-see-ums. And it's, like I said, it's so tiny, tiny. They get into the screens, and they bite you. And unlike a mosquito, which you can sometimes, as they're biting you, you can swat them and kill them. By the time you realize one's landed on you and they've bitten you, it's too late, you know. So I'm gonna put this forward and show you the trail. Those are all crushed seashells that have been treated. It's nice. Not too bad on the feet. And again, these are my, I don't know if I showed those to you, those are my 5-pound ankle weights. There's another zebra, butterfly. Yeah, they're very playful. Once in a while, they'll come near you and they'll just start to, they play games with you. You know, they get close and then they, you know, they'll flit away and then they'll follow you and stuff. They're pretty cool. So again, if you're in Southwest Florida, down in this area, I highly recommend this place. Great place for kids, like most nature places. Nothing bad about this place. And like I said, it's only 5 miles from my house. Easy ruck. I'll end up doing about 2 miles, which is very, very, very easy. And we're gonna get over to this boat launch here. And I'm gonna just show you this. This is basically the beginning of the Imperial River. I live on a canal, which actually 5 miles here from here, that goes out to the Imperial River. So let's take a look at this. I'm going down these steps, which is wonderful. All right, and there it is, the Imperial River. It begins up there a ways. It's about 11 miles long total. It goes out to Fish Trap Bay, which then goes out to the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah. So quiet, huh? I love it. You know, some people might find this boring, right? They'll say, well, there's nothing going on. You know, I'm just wired differently than most. To me, this is getting back to, I use the term old school a lot, but this is old school. This is how it used to be, you know? I mean, growing up every day, right? I had a lot of woods in my area, and there was some swamps and streams, and every day we played out there. There were no games, you know, video games back then. Not saying it's a bad thing, but if I grew up around here, I'd be playing out here all the time. We'd be building boats, stealing somebody's, or borrowing someone's kayak or something, and just hitting the river. But yeah, this is great. You know, no music. I mean, once in a while when I ruck, I'll put my earpods in, put on some Metallica, some AC/DC, some really heavy stuff, and you know, like anything workout-wise, it helps you get through. But if you're in a place like this, you're just sort of defeating the purpose. You know, this is all you want to hear is the crunch of the seashells underneath your feet. You know, so one of the reasons why I started this channel was to show everybody this, and you know, if I encourage someone or influence one person to get out into nature, you know what? That whole pay it forward thing, you know, maybe that person will, who knows? I mean, it's endless. That's why I'm doing it, just for the love of it. Absolute love of it. So I am going to stop the video, and I am going to say goodbye to everybody. And again, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And there's somebody right there, and they're not walking backwards. They're with their dog. So anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed this. I did. I enjoyed making it. I'm going to get more professional as I go along. Maybe add some music, whatever. But again, it's called What the Ruck. If you're watching it, you know it. Please, again, subscribe. And I'd like to do a video maybe every couple of weeks. I'd like to do requests. Maybe someone says, hey, why don't you go ruck such and such up in whatever. I mean, sure. Please comment, like, dislike. Believe me, any interaction's great. I'm thinking of doing a ruck on the beach. I live about 5 miles from Bonita Beach, and doing a ruck like an early morning. And yeah, hitting the beach and the shoreline and the sand, which is, that's a tough ruck, is walking through sand. So show everybody, and that would be the Gulf of Mexico. So maybe my next one. Tell me what you think. Anyway, I'm babbling, and I wish everybody a happy Father's Day. Tomorrow's Father's Day, and have just a great weekend. And we'll get through this. This isn't gonna last forever. Stay safe, and peace out.